it down.
So we are down here in Pioneer, Tennessee for the next week. We're also down here for the Miley Harvey ride. We are all set up. We got both buggies down here.
I got attacked by a pterodactyl.
Tyler's swatting bugs away. Pro XP life.
Alright, so got a video request for a build list on what we use on our KRXs for everybody else that maybe is looking to build a machine and wants some insight on it. So got a lot of stuff from a lot of great companies out there, but we want to really Photoshop and go through and what we have and the differences between mine and Emily's will go right from the front to the back on both machines. We both run winch bumpers. The reason we run the winch bumpers is because it gets the weight out forward and it can affect when you go to service your diff in the front end. We try to break the stub shafts off. So this is why we move our winches, so we can slide the diffs all the way forward, leave the axles in place, don't mess with any of that. This winch bumper was an HEC concept bumper that I welded some supports in the back side of it, and it works. I mean, as you saw in one of the videos there, Emily took a hit, flipped, landed right on it, and it bent the 3/16 plate, but everything else held up. My bumper is a Fabritech Motorsports bumper. It's 1.5 DOM. It's a stout unit, so it's a really good unit. I like that a lot.
I secretly like that bumper way better than mine.
Then up here we have the DRT Motorsports hoods. These things are phenomenal. Whenever you're riding your machine, you get really hot feeling, like when you hit water and it feels like a sauna in there. This helps evaporate the heat like crazy. I mean, it's awesome. You notice a huge difference in it. For the price point of them and what they do, they're definitely worth purchasing. So to here, we run PRP limit straps, shock therapy springs. Bobby Walker UT Performance does our nitrogen in all of our shocks. Rebel rods, tie rods. They're honestly the best tie rod you can buy. They have full service on them. You can break the insides apart. They're greasable outsides. It's true 1-ton steering for these machines. And remember, this is a 1-ton machine. It's a 2,000-pound machine all day long, so it needs 1-ton steering. It's unbreakable. And then we run Class 1 Motorsports for the steering rack upgrades. We rebuild them with all Class 1s. 1.5-inch forward A-arms from Super ATV. We just like those. They held up really good for the last year on this machine specifically. So that's really why we choose to run them. And then axles is whatever we can get our hands on. The diffs are built. We use different gear or a different pin. Then we use diff lock gear, dedicated Motorsports or Brute Performance. Not really too brand specific on that. Moving up here, I run pod lights, so works out pretty good. T-Rex off-road for my PB3 mount, so I can keep all the engine stuff. Emily runs DRT mirrors as well. I mean, these things are, you're not breaking it. We flipped on them, we smashed them. They don't move. That's a solid mirror for us. McNasty upper doors on both machines. They're a good product and a great price point. Then Emily runs a reject fab cage, 3x8 chop with a radius in it. We just got done redoing this cage, welded bars in, all of this, intrusion bars, everything's been added. We both run Aces racing seats. They're comfortable and they work. Emily's got the PRP harnesses, and then I run Aces harnesses. Another thing that we run that people think is probably really odd in the rock crawling community is a DRT quick disconnect steering wheel. And the reason we do that is because when you roll over and something happens, and if you need to get in there to get your buddy out or get yourself out or get your wife out when she just decides to completely barrel roll it down a hill, you can just flip it out, throw it, and the hyperventilation stops. It's fantastic. You don't have to hear it on camera when you're editing.
Mind you, when I did flop, they did not take my steering wheel out.
We run rugged radios with Ridecom headsets is what we use. They work out great, and then you don't even have to hook them to your rugged radio. You can just use them with the Bluetooth mode and the comm mode, and you can get a quarter of a mile apart at least. I mean, they're awesome. We use them whenever we wreck and tow each other out. There's no argument in the relationship. Going back here, we run airbox deletes. We get rid of these, and I made this one. I kind of copied the Infinite Fab one. I never took it off and did it. I just copied the louver style. I like that. And then clutches on both machines are very, very similar. They're both KWI clutches. And it's 50-50. You know, some of the work's done there, some of the work's done in-house that we do ourselves. Emily is running on the back a rear integrated bumper that we built up at RJR Off-Road. That way the next time she stands it up, it's not going to crush everything in the back of the machine. So, got that. Emily likes whip lights.
It was a bug.
I know. So, then to the back of the machine, integrated rear bumper, RJR Off-Road, hooked us up, did this up there, it was awesome. Wheelit Industries whip lights, that's what we run on those. And then the biggest thing that we run that we make and is for sale are our panels. So we run these panels in the back because the OEM Kawasaki ones are made of plastic, and the type of riding that we do, and you know, it's not even the type of riding that we do really. It's, if there's a story out there with two of our friends, Nate and Tommy, that they were towing each other back and the rope snapped, went through the plastic, and it went right into Tommy's airbox. It broke the plenum in the machine. So we run those plates because of that, but we really do it the type of ride we do. You know, you back into a tree or a limb or something, go right through. This is 20 gauge steel. It's all bent form. It doesn't vibrate, no noise. So it's just actual added protection. So the real difference between Emily and I's machine when it comes to the build on hers is she's running the FlexRock Performance, and they're super high clearance radius rods. Super high clearance. It's embarrassing to mine. So yeah, mine are high clearance, but they're not that high clearance. I don't run anything integrated on my machine yet. That's an Infinite Fab cage. It's a 2x6 chop radius. The list is pretty simple for our machines. High clearance arms in the front, 1.5 inch forward, relocate the winch, built driveline. So we run Rhino drive shafts with a different prop shaft and carrier. Leave the stub shaft stock. We both run god awful annoying exhaust. It's because we're both tuned. Most of our machines are very similar in build. We set them up that way for a reason, and the reason is we break a lot of stuff. We get into some bad situations, like right now we're at Ride Royal Blue, so we have an agenda to hit some of the dumber trails down here. So we have an abundance of parts that we bring with us as well. But for the most part, like I said, from the front to the back, it's super ATV for a lot of it. The radius rods on mine are L&M, which they're a good radius rod. I've beat on them for a year. The Heims are still nice and tight on them. They're not twisted, so it's a good product. But definitely, I'm due for a set of flex rocks. It's sickening. The axle is sticking below them. I'm super impressed with them. Install was easy, as you guys saw, but and then like stupid little things that we run that people really don't think about is wind rock. This is a pack out plate from Home Depot. They're $30. Nothing against anybody that makes them. They're awesome, but 30 bucks and it's over with. It works the same. We've flipped with them. We put them on the sides. We've backed in. This actually had, how well it holds in there, this is true. Run the winch over my machine to hook Emily's in. It ripped all those off, used the handle to guide it, ran it against our bash plate for, God, I don't know, probably 2 miles, I'd say, towing her out.
Yeah.
And pack out plate never ripped off, the pack out never came out. So 30 bucks, that's cheap, easy little hack, I guess, to do it. And then On my machine, one big difference that we run compared to a lot of other machines are these filters here are for my engine crankcase. I got both hoses ran individually up, and it gets rid of it dumping back in the air box. When you spend a lot of time on your side, or you know, at weird angles and stuff, or if you're upside down for an extended amount of time, it'll fill your crankcase filter up with oil and it'll smoke really bad and get your plenum all nasty. This just eliminates it. You can build the kit. Outerwear makes little filter skins for it, and then you just go to Advanced Auto and buy a little plug to put inside your air box right here. And that's that. We have not done it to Emily's yet. I have everything, but we had 3 weeks to rebuild a complete machine to make it here. So yeah, and we still didn't really make it in great time, but we're here. So, but that's pretty much what we run. So be sure to still stay tuned for the next one, because I'm sure this week we'll have some amazing footage.
Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and if you are in Tackett this week and see us, come say hi.